Hey everyone, welcome to our show Before the Sub. I am here with iWhiskey and Monkeys. My name is Mr. Wolf. I will be your host for the evening. Obviously, they will be hosting as well. Basically, this show is just going to be a show where we introduce new and upcoming streamers basically before they get their sub button. We're going to preface the entire series by starting off with the hosts and letting you guys know who we are and what we do. So, if you guys want to say hello to our viewers, go for it.
Oh, gaming right here.
I_whiskey on Twitch. I thought you were going to say more, Monkeys. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. We're introducing ourselves.
Yes.
Alright, so that's who we are. Mr. Wolf, Monkeys Gaming, and iWhiskey.
Well, the record on mine, whiskey's on bottom, and I'm on top. That's weird. You're like, so you're pointing down at me when it's Jordan.
Yes. Yes,
Can I
for
hear-
cameras. What's up?
Oh, nothing. We'll figure it out later. Sorry.
Alright, no problem. So, as you can tell, our first episode, we're going to have a lot of F-ups, so be prepared for a whole bunch of garbage tier shows for the first show.
Yep.
So we'll get started right off the bat with the first question for our esteemed panel here.
I see that green unit you're talking about.
We'll start with Whiskey. Who was the first streamer that got you into Twitch?
Very first streamer that I started watching on Twitch was Scuzz_1. He's a Destiny help channel. I was going there probably like 5 o'clock in the morning and needed help with the Destiny raid. This is back in the Crota days. He was the first person I ever logged in for, first person I made an account for, and first person that I watched.
Nice. What about you, Monkey?
Well, my muse is the infamous Mr. Wolf that's in our panel right now, but formerly known as Rajan CS. Yes. He's the one that finally got me into the Twitch, the stream. I was hesitant for the longest time, but seeing how easy it was through his channel, I finally said, let's do it. So that's how I started going off on my stream. Thank you, John. Rajan CS, formerly known as Rajan.
Heck yeah. That's what I do.
Inspire.
Yeah. And then as for me, it was Zyori TV. He's the one that got me into it. Him and Beyond the Summit. So they were the first people I started watching and the main reason I started streaming. Yeah.
We all get our start somewhere, so it's nice to give a shout out to the people that inspired us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not every day your muse is in your own group.
Exactly.
Right. It's got to be a tad bit awkward too, because it's like, you know, he's right there. Like he's the reason why you're doing what you're doing. So.
Thank you.
Well, and it's awkward for me too, because I'm like, all right, this guy started because I said just do it, and he went for it. So, and he's already got more followers than I do.
All right, Shia LaBeouf.
Get to one Twitch account.
Shut up.
Anyways.
Alrighty, so let's talk about now. We've said who got us into Twitch, who got us into streaming, etc. Who or which streamer do you most want your community to be like? Either one of you, go for it.
I've based a lot of my community on like help streams, like mentioned before. I like to be the person that in and out of chat, and while I'm live or while I'm not live, being the guy that's there to help the community out. I've joined a couple of clans. I finally settled with one clan that's all their purpose is. So everything I do is geared towards and based on helping the community and getting people through content and like building a community that I can play with. And that really came from Scuzz1, Jinja Ninja. There's another one, I promise. Monkeys, take over.
I couldn't have said it any better. Just like you, Whiskey. I browse numerous Twitches, and it was actually Whiskey's that made me realize that I wanted to focus more on the community and be there to entertain, focus on chat. I would feel bad if I just sat there and gamed and not talk to anyone. So, Whiskey, you pretty much nailed it right on. So as far as people, it would definitely have been Raj and CS, Whiskey, Matter Chuck, a few others. CC Moy actually started watching recently, so I can see how Mr. Wolf here likes that channel.
I think an interesting thing about like emulating like another streamer, and Majintaz was the last one that I was going to mention earlier. Sorry about that. But I think an interesting thing about like watching somebody else is I didn't know about like bots that I could use in my channel for point system, right? And Monkeys, I'll use you as an example. Like I noticed that you started using the bot as well, and then you now have a more established loyalty system than I even have. Mm-hmm. I haven't really worked on it recently. That's my next step as far as streaming goes. But it's cool seeing that information passed on to like people that you respect and people that you talk to on a daily basis, because that's how the information goes. And then I found out from one of my viewers, Chris, he was like, you should have a loyalty program. And then next thing you know, I'm watching other people do loyalty programs and succeeding at it. So that's a really cool thing as well. I think the passing of information on from one Twitch channel to another within your own like stream group or Twitch group is beneficial as well. And that builds the community because now we both have the same bot working off of the same kind of loyalty system. So
agreed. And then along with the bot system, what I like to implement is for the rewards with Revlo bot tracking is I'll have my viewers, if they want to, purchase something with the points, of course, Monkeys Bananas, they can name a character or name a ship I build, so they will interact with my games. So they'll be in my games.
That's great. I like that.
They'll influence my game.
Yeah, and I'm doing something. I'm doing something where they can like influence my loadout. Like if I'm playing Call of Duty, you can pay like such and such amount of shots, which is my currency, and I'll be forced to use the sniper rifle. You know what I mean? Like you can set my loadout in Black Ops 3 for the duration of my time streaming, because like Monkey said earlier, it's not about you getting on the game. Like you're having fun no matter what. If you like streaming, then that is what you like doing, right? It doesn't cost me anything for a viewer to pay 500 shots, which is like 50 minutes of watching the channel, and then have me mess around with a sniper I've never messed around with. I get the experience. They get to watch me fail miserably, and I feel like it works out perfectly, And
who knows? That sniper rifle will be better sniper rifle for you.
It might be something that you don't even know you liked, and the next thing you know, you're just beast mode with it. That'll never happen with me. But with you guys, it might.
I'll definitely implement that in the new Battlefield, or even in Battlefield 4. By the way, Battlefield 1 trailer came out today. I don't understand why it's Battlefield 1, but we'll get back to that later.
I don't understand that as well.
Yeah. Anyways, but no, I like that. That way, you never might need a new gun that you never knew you liked.
And for people out there that are afraid of using loyalty systems, you don't have to do like t-shirt giveaways, or you don't have to like give away like merchandise from your channel, because a lot of bigger streamers will do that. They'll be like, hey, for 10,000 points, you can have a t-shirt for free from our Teespring. There are more than enough creative ways to come about and make sure that your community is involved. One thing that I saw on the Revlobot channel itself was you can demod a mod for a day. If that's something you're interested in, that's one of their suggestions. I didn't come up with that, but that's one of the things that they came up with. Talk to your mods. Be like Mosley is one of my most infamous mods. I think he's been in every one of the channels. But I talked to him, and I was like, hey, if somebody pays enough points, would you mind just demodding yourself for a day, and then you're modded the very next day? And that's a cool way, because then they're going to become friends with the mods, because the mods are going to be in there a lot, and then they get a little bit of power, and it makes them feel like they want to come back, and it builds the community, which is what we all said is what we're working towards. So you don't need thousands of dollars worth of merchandise to give away to have an effective loyalty system and to get people back into the channel. That's something I wanted to say today.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Before we have a question in the chat. I don't know if one of you guys wants to answer, but it is how do you get currency rewards? Anyone want to go?
So setting up currency rewards, it's pretty simple when you're using RevloBot. There are actually a couple bots that allow you to use a currency system, but Revlo for us is what we're going to be going with. It's a lot easier to use. It's more intuitive. Basically, when you sign up on Revlo, you can set what your points are called, set how many minutes they have to watch before they get how many points. As those points accumulate, you create, like, you set up rewards, so once they get a certain number of points, then they can hit that the button to get such and such reward. I haven't actually done it yet. Monkeys, do you know like how RevloBot tells you if someone has used one of those rewards?
I actually haven't had the rewards set. I only have one reward set up.
Everything's through the dashboard, which you have access to, and you can give mods access to your dashboard. When somebody collects one of the rewards, you're actually sent an email through RevloBot when you set it up, and then you're sent something on the actual media source that you're going through. Because Revlo can work for YouTube as well, for like YouTube gaming. So if you're on Twitch, you get a message through whatever Twitch email is in there, YouTube, whatever YouTube email is in there. And people use Ustream as well, which you can also use it there as well. And you'll get an email saying that somebody has claimed a reward, and then they go to your actual navigational site, the actual dashboard. They won't have admin privileges, but they'll be able to claim that reward with whatever information they put in through Twitch.
Yeah.
So
you'll have access, but not to the mod part.
So everyone will have access to your dashboard, but only the mods can actually change anything, and they can claim rewards through there. So Revlo will alert you, and an email will alert you whenever somebody's claimed a reward. For instant rewards, though, you can claim it right in Twitch chat, where RevloBot will be like, such and such has claimed this reward. So for live challenges like the Call of Duty thing, they don't want to wait for the following day to get the loadout. I can just look at it, go into Revlo, and they'll type a message about this is the class I want you to use, or the reward could just be, here are preset classes that I haven't used yet, and then it'll just be like, all right, class number 1 was claimed as a reward, and I'll know what that is by going to my dashboard. But there's different ways you can do it. You just got to find out what works for you.
Exactly. And then before we get off this topic, Mr. Wolf, Brotato, what was his rewards? He had his rewards were a little bit more focused, viewer based, and I liked it. I can't remember all of them though.
Yeah. So he has the Banner mod. He has buy a 1-month subscription, get a free indie game, get a postcard, or get a free AAA game. He recently revamped his reward system because before that there was gifting a sub, which a lot of people ended up doing, so it ended up costing him a lot of money, unfortunately. And also the t-shirts, which I got a day before he canceled that.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, so
all right, Slang Guy, also hopefully that helps you in there, so thanks for the question, man.
Oh, quick shout out to Slang Gal. She's the one I was talking about with the podcast earlier. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's the one that asked the question
before. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the question.
There you go.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Slang Guy. All right, what do we got next?
Alrighty, let's see. Let's go with favorite games to play. Anyone?
Currently or in general?
Not just in general.
All right, Whiskey, go.
So in general, because I don't have a system anymore, unfortunately, Star Fox and Zelda were my go-to after-school games. I just recently started watching Game Grumps again, and they started playing The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, jeez.
It brings back some good memories of playing that, so I'll throw that one in there. But currently, it's all about Overwatch, Rocket League, and Destiny for me. That's my every single night, every night, coming home and playing.
Nice.
Good.
What about you, Monkey?
For myself, anything RPG, FPS, and racing, but to me, I think the racing culture starting to die down. It's always the same stuff. Currently, the games I'm playing: Rocket League, Division when they fix it, and Space Engineers, and Dark Souls 3, which is about to cost me a controller.
Right, that's a brand new endeavor for you. I'm not sure.
What was that?
I said that's a brand new endeavor for you. That's
like $200 controller that I don't want to break, so I might switch to my day one controller while I'm playing Dark Souls 3. So if I break that, I mean, what about you, John?
Yeah, what about you? What about you, John or Mr. Wolf?
So my previously, like, overall Final Fantasies, the entire Final Fantasy series has been a go-to for me always.
Yeah, can't wait for 15.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Currently I'm playing Overwatch. I can play some Paragon if I want to. I haven't decided yet. What else? Oh, once I upgrade my computer, I'll be playing DayZ again.
I'll be playing that with you.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that. And I've been contemplating getting back into Dota, which is kind of
Really?
yeah, it's kind of hard for me because I haven't played for like a year and a half, and I know,
like League of Legends.
yeah, I know I'm gonna get shut down so hard. So it's like, do I want to go through that or not?
So a tie-in question to that that I wanted to ask would be for you guys would be first system and first game that you ever played. Like, what system did you start with, and what's your earliest gaming memory? I'll start if you guys need a second.
I got mine.
I got
Go
mine
ahead.
too.
I got a story on mine too.
Go for it, Whiskey.
Actually, I'm gonna have to bleep out a little bit of this story. It was Christmas morning. I got an N64. That was my very first one. That was my very first system. It was also a very sad day for me because that's when I realized that a certain somebody, in case we have youngins in here, was not real. Christmas
Santa
morning. Yeah, you can make the connection. So Santa had brought it for me, and the tag from GameStop was still on it. I'm like, well, he doesn't go to GameStop, but they didn't pick up a game with it because they thought that it came with one. My parents weren't that technologically advanced, so I was like, I didn't get mad because I appreciated the gift, but I had an N64 with like no games with it. So we went to GameStop the very next day, and that's kind of the tie-in to the question. My first game was Star Fox 64 because they let me choose because I was like at that time where I had just figured out that I had been lied to for all those years, and like I was a little bit of a rebel child, so they let me pick out whatever I wanted instead of coming home with a game. And I immediately just ran to the shelf and picked up that particular game. So mine has like a really like bittersweet kind of sweet story attached to it. So I love that question. But yeah, N64 and Star Fox 64 would be mine.
Nice.
What about you guys?
What was that?
What about you guys? What's your guys' story?
My very first system, just because I'm 32 years old, so I was around when I got the NES, like not even 2 days after it came out. And originally it was for my mom and her buddies to have game parties, but because whenever she played Mario and she'd jump, she'd take the controller and go like this all the time, so I kept making fun of her. There's a cool story to this, so bear with me. So because I kept making fun of her, the Nintendo came on, and then I got hooked on Nemo, Mario, Master Blaster, stuff like that. And so Nintendo was my first. Now, the karma to this story, because I made so much fun of her, the Wii came out, and I didn't know too much about the Wii. So I'm at a GameStop in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm sitting there playing Mario, and I'm stuck on this freaking level. So I'm like, what the heck? So I go like this, like, what? And my Mario guy, because it's a motion controller, I didn't know that, does this little spin jump, and then I beat the level. Oh, so nice. That's like bite me in the ass, part of my French.
Right?
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Okay.
But I love Zelda. Those
That's
are my
actually hilarious, though.
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Like,
So this is a little complicated. So I don't know exactly which console was my first console. I do have pictures of me in diapers playing Mario on an NES. However, I did grow up playing Super Graphics 16, Atari, and NES. So what my first console was, I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
So I guess my first game would probably be Mario, as far as like memory can serve me. But my fondest memory of gaming was, I think it was when Ocarina of Time had come out.
Oh my god.
My uncle and I spent an entire summer taking turns beating the game.
Took you an entire summer?
No, we beat the game over and over and over again. We were taking turns beating it. We spent 3 months playing this game, beating it. Like, I think the fastest we got was maybe like 12 hours to beat it.
That's what's so great about that game. Yeah, my buddy and I did the same thing back in the day, and we would have contests to see how long it would take. And that game, to this day, is still one of the hands down the best games ever made for Nintendo.
Oh yeah, like
when Majora's Mask came out, I'm like, why?
Yeah, like we took turns, like basically like one person would be playing and the other person would either be sleeping or like eating or getting food for the person playing the game, or getting drinks for the person playing the game.
The prep person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a road trip, but playing a video game where you take turns driving.
Exactly. It was great.
I have a similar kind of thing that my mom and I did with Elder Scrolls Morrowind, I believe it was. We didn't play it over and over again, but my mom, like I said, my parents weren't technologically advanced at all. But Morrowind was the first time that she actually sat down with me and like watched me play Morrowind. This was on like the Xbox, like a while ago. And I remember I came home from school one day and she had started like her own profile and had started playing. And all of a sudden I'm watching her, and then all of a sudden I just didn't have an Xbox anymore because she would always be on it. Like, she got really into the game. So that was a really cool moment for me, because it was like the first time that she understood why like I don't listen to her. I feel bad now, but like that was a good bonding moment for us, because she got into a game that I actually enjoyed. And like our dinner talk table would be like, oh, how do we collect this certain item? I need like 50 more of them. Where are they located?
That's how
like that actually it didn't last very long though. It was just over, like, I think it was like the end of our school year and into the summer, like the next school year. They were getting ready to move and she just stopped playing. But there was a good like 6-month period of time where our family conversations were about Morrowind, and then I got her into Ocarina of Time too for the N64 at the time. But
nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, there was a time where we talked about it, and then she eventually just stopped playing. But yeah, that was speaking of like good bonding moments during video games, that was definitely one of mine. So
I don't have any good bonding moments. Like, I ruined gaming with my mom because I'm making Mario.
I know what a good bonding moment for video games with your mom is.
Oh, we're not talking about the couch. No, John.
Oh man.
Anyways,
That was great though. That was a fun night though.
that was. I'm glad you had a good time. I thought the Mr. Gangsta Q was gonna ruin it. But
No.
anyways.
Alrighty. So let's see. What games are we looking forward to, either A, to just be playing, or B, to be playing for stream?
that's a good question. I'll go ahead and start. After the Overwatch beta, which is currently going on right now, Overwatch is definitely in my hit list of games to pick up and stream. As far as outside of that, Mirror's Edge Catalyst will not be on stream. I just did the beta. I find it to be more of like a personal game for me. Like, I want to run the city and do that kind of stuff off of stream. And so that's definitely on my pickup list. The remastered Call of Duty that was just announced, not the Infinite Warfare, but the remastered, I definitely want. Don't do that, Monkey. I definitely want to play the remastered Call of Duty for nostalgia reasons. And No Man's Sky and The Last Guardian, which is a PlayStation exclusive for the PS4.
Nice.
Are all on my watch list. And of course, E3 is upcoming as well. So we'll get a whole lot more then.
Right.
I feel like there's going to be some great announcements. And of course, anything Destiny related, I'll be playing the stuff out of the stream. Can't play Rocket League. What? Ooh, what was that? I sneezed.
Yeah, so go ahead, John.
Well, first off, I want to say, because I don't think I've said this yet, but I want to say congratulations to Whiskey for joining the Rezo House team. Like,
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Whiskey. Yes.
like
Oh, thank you guys.
that is freaking sick.
Actually, Rezo was the best. This and Rezo combined in the same like time period has been like the best thing that's happened as far as the community outreach and being able to talk to people. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate Rezo for supporting me 100%. So
Yes, thanks, Rezo, for taking in Whiskey. Good guy. Thanks
What-
for joining us.
Watch over him, he's crazy.
That bad head.
Let's see. Games I'm looking forward to. I really want to play No Man's Sky, and I can't decide whether I want to get it for PC or for Xbone or for PlayStation.
It's not coming out for Xbox, is it?
Isn't it?
No, I heard it was PlayStation and PC exclusive.
No Man's Sky is a dual platform. Yeah,
Let me look this
not
up.
triple.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's PC or PlayStation?
I'm
That's
looking
what I
at
believe. Yeah.
Okay, well, that narrows it down to 2 then.
That takes one of your choices out.
So,
You better be
let's see.
playing with PC with me.
But then we leave out Whiskey.
Cross-platform gaming soon.
That's true. Okay, I'll get it PC then. So No Man's Sky,
Right.
I'm contemplating whether or not I want to buy Overwatch. Like, I have fun playing the game, but I don't know if it's something. I don't know if I want it to be like a daily driver for me.
Long term, yeah.
Yeah, I've been having fun with the beta, but I'm not sure how long it's going to grab my attention. So I kind of feel you on that front.
Yeah,
Same here. I'm kind of getting bored with the first-person shooters.
yeah.
Unless it's Battlefield, I can always play Battlefield. And just to confirm it, No Man's Sky is only for PS4 and PC.
Okay, so PC it is.
That narrows it down
Well,
for Mr. Wolf. Got it.
If Whiskey's going to get it, I have a PS4 that's got dust on it. I am all for dusting off my PS4 for No Man's Sky. So we can do a triple stream for No Man's
Ooh.
Sky.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm definitely down for that.
The wheels are turning.
What was that?
I think the wheels are turning. I think we just got ourselves an idea.
You are breaking my brain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just about to say that. I was like, well, that didn't take much.
PS4 it is.
There you go. Alrighty. Ben. Mr. Monkey.
Well, sorry, I got sidetracked. What was the question? There was a squirrel outside.
The question was, what game are you looking forward to playing and or streaming? Or games?
Final Fantasy 15 is going to be my... I'll probably stream it if I'm just running around, but on a personal out of stream, that'll be Final Fantasy for me, just because it's going to be so in-depth. I won't be able to focus on Twitch chat for you guys when I'm playing Final Fantasy 15. No Man's Sky, Battlefield. There was another one that's coming out. I'm on the same boat with Mr. Wolf, John here on Overwatch. This doesn't appeal to me. I don't mind watching someone play it, but it just doesn't seem like that kind of game for me. I am interested in the upcoming Zelda, but I don't know if I want to justify buying a new Nintendo system to play it.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
So we'll see.
That's going to be for the heavily nostalgia people that are going to... What is it, the Nintendo NX or whatever it's called?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a portable system.
So that actually sounds pretty cool.
We'll see.
I'd like to add one to mine because I forgot. If you're
Go ahead.
For Honor, I completely forgot that I've been invited out to visit their booth at E3.
Nice.
So, I didn't forget. I just forgot to add it to my list of things that I'm gonna play, because I'll probably be doing a lot of community outreach for that. I'm definitely gonna be playing For Honor on stream, off stream, and all that.
Okay, so for those people that don't know what For Honor is, go ahead and tell me what that is.
So For Honor is a game that is built off of real-time mechanics. So
Okay.
all of your it's basically swords and medieval knight PvP.
Is that the one with
It,
the samurais and samurai, Romans, and knights or something like
yes, yeah, the three different guards.
that? Yep. Okay, I know.
So it's a PvP based game. There is going to be a story attached to it as well. And what happens is that it's real time combat. So if somebody's swinging a sword at your head, instead of just blocking, you have to actually match the block to where the sword is coming from. And then from there, you can parry and then stab somebody if you're an assassin, or you can take a club out of your left hand, block with it, and then pull down. So it's real time combat. So I don't know much more other than that. I know like what the type of game it is. I know about the factions, but I'll be learning more as we actually continue the journey with E3. So
Nice.
So since
I'll let you guys know more.
since you're going down there and we have this Twitch group going on, you should definitely do some videos while you're down there.
Oh yeah, I absolutely plan on it.
That way we can put it on the YouTube channel.
Heck yeah. Also, I forgot the most important game that I've been obsessing over for the past like half year. Pokemon Go. Cannot believe I forgot about that. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Well, guess what I'm getting into.
It's a free
Actually-
mobile game, so you better get it and join my squad goal plan group.
We're gonna
Word.
take on the top 5 and the Elite 5 or Elite 4, whatever it was.
We'll be the Elite Four in Washington. Just the two of us.
We need more
Just two of you.
Pokemon.
I'll,
You're the elite. Just clone yourself, and you could be the Elite Four.
I'll get a second phone.
Well, there you go. With Pokemon Go, we're gonna make the Elite 4 in Washington. We're our third. Just saying. Anyways, back to the.
Alrighty.
So speaking of Pokemon, I got a quick fire question for you guys.
Yes.
What is your favorite Pokemon?
I hate your soul because you brought this up the other day, and
I did.
my answer still stands. I'm choosing Charizard, Pidgeotto, and Arcanine.
Okay.
Mewtwo's a badass, but he's everyone's like common favorite. Why are you shaking your head no at me, mother beep?
I don't know anyone that like has favored Mewtwo over any other Pokemon.
Apparently, you haven't been to a local card shop.
No, I haven't.
Anyways, I actually thought about this. Charizard is my favorite Pokemon.
And I have thought about it as well. I said Growlithe last night. I mean Arcanine, but Growlithe is actually my favorite.
And both of us combined can take down his one level 99 Pidgeotto.
Oh my goodness! Don't even. No, my Pidgeotto's
Yeah, I got
gonna
the
wreck.
attack.
Pretty sure I could take down a Pidgeotto with a Magnecarp, though. So
Oh, splash.
Whatever, bro.
Magic cart motherfuckers.
Welcome to the stream, Extreme Oompa and Jedi Knight Gem, who is in the same room as me. Come say hi.
You guys.
Jedi Knight Gem's my girlfriend, everybody.
Oh hi.
Okay, bye-bye.
Alrighty, so I didn't end up getting any Twitter questions. What about you guys?
no, unfortunately not. But you can always use the hashtag before the sub, and you can post questions for the next episodes, upcoming episodes, and we'll pull them from Twitter in the future.
There you go.
And
the
the way that
reason
we're going to group it all together is hashtag before the sub, all lowercase.
Perfect. Yeah, so I see this graininess you're talking about, John, and I think it's because I have like the uploading going on with that video, so that's why I'm kind of grainy right now. So my internet's being taken up.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little low quality.
that works. Alrighty.
Hey,
I don't know. I forgot to ask Ben before this all went down, but did you end up picking up a hat to pull questions from?
Negative. Wait. Extreme Oompa in the group. This will be our hat. It's an old hat. It's been around for like years. We can do that until I get like a funky pimp hat.
Nice.
Hat. I will find one. That will be the
Okay.
temporary hat for now.
Okay.
I will find it and I will kill it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we did get a question in chat from Extreme Oompa.
Okay.
Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Oh, okay.
Basically, do you want everyone that's got powers, mutants, or special to be known, or should they have their own normal lives like every other person? Go, John.
Team Iron Man. Which is hard for me because growing up, I always read the Captain America comics. I always watched Captain America shows. Cap was like my man, and then I got older, and it turned into Iron Man because he's so sexy.
It's the red suit, right?
It is that red and gold. Just melts the heart.
What about you, John or Jordan?
I'm Team Harry Styles. I'm joking. I'm Team Iron Man. Don't look at me like that.
Why Team Iron Man?
I'm Team Iron Man.
Why is that?
I think it was the very last movie I started to lose a little bit of respect for Captain America.
Why?
Especially the scene where he's at the farm with the rest of them, and he's talking to the rest of the group, and he's starting to get a little bit of like a power trip. Not in a bad way, but like he's becoming himself. And I think I lost a lot of respect. So having not seen the new movie, I'm going into this as Team Iron Man, but who knows if that will change.
They can't read that because well, you can try it. What
You
is
can
it?
try. I'm always Team Thor and Loki.
Team Thor and Loki.
It's like all backwards on
I
there.
know.
What about you, Ben?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because I would be, if I had powers, I would obviously want to live a normal life, but I don't want to be in the system, you know? But, fuck. I would have to go with Team Iron Man. But it's not based on Chris Evans' Captain America, but just because I believe that potentially there could be a lot of dangerous people out there with powers that, you know, we need to put them in check.
Nice. Alrighty.
I want to live.
What's up?
So at the same time, I want to live a normal life with no one like, hey, it's that one guy who can do this. Let's go visit him.
Right.
Address because it's in the system.
Hey, it's the guy that burst on fire. I needed my cigarette lit. Let's go find him. I don't have a lighter. Guys, ready to go.
Alrighty. Well then, monkeys. Do you want to pick some questions from our random list of questions?
Coming right up, sir.
Alrighty.
I have a good one that my girlfriend put in there the other night. We'll start with that one.
Okay. Well, until then, hello Robbie. Hello Ino. And hello King Berserk.
Welcome to the stream. All right, so questions.
My answer is automatically potato. Okay, thanks.
Pizza.
Favorite on-screen moment of any video game? Okay, here we go. We'll start with Jordan.
Okay.
Where do you see your stream being in a year from now? I.e., like more follows, YouTube, video links, ups, donations. So basically, where do you see yourself in a year with the stream?
So in reference to the number of follows or being like a sub, I am doing this to build a community. You know, whether I have 3 people in there or 50 people in there, it doesn't matter. What I want to see is my community outside of the stream become a whole lot bigger. And that, obviously, with the branch off of joining Rezo and having a great group of people like that, I've accomplished some of that through the help of them and like building with them. But my personal stuff, like how many followers I have on Twitter or Twitch or anything like that. It's appreciated, but it's not. It doesn't mean the world to It doesn't mean everything. What means the world to me is the community and having that outreach. So in a year from now, I want to be able to see the people that I've helped be with the other people I've helped and like try to bring those people together. So that's my goal.
There you go. I like that answer. John?
I mean, it's kind of along the same lines. Basically, in a year from now, I want to have at least just a core group of people that are in my stream consistently, to where I'm playing a game and talking with either that core group or whoever's in my channel, just hanging out, having fun, not so much focusing on the game and not talking to the people. I want to just hang out with chat. I want to have fun, be there for the community. If they have a problem, I want them to feel like they could come to me for anything, kind of thing.
Exactly.
So that's where I want to be. What about you?
You pretty much nailed everything. Like Whiskey said, I don't care if I have thousands of followers or if I just have 2 in a year. Whereas, and same with where John's like, as long as I have a core group of people that are around, I'm happy. I'm not here to get money, get hella donations and followers based on stuff. I'm here for you guys to entertain, like you said, Brotato does. I'm here to grow a community and be there, essentially.
Yeah,
I think it interesting dynamic for people that are starting out on stream, and because we are called Before the Sub, I think this is something that we could go over. Is it doesn't matter so much about getting 1,000 followers in the first week of streaming, like everyone seems to think they're going to do. If you look at it realistically, if you do exactly what you set out to do, whether it be what we're trying to do or what your own personal goal is, and you achieve that goal, and you don't make it about how many people are in your chat or how many people are hosting you throughout the week or any other various things, you're going to get that regardless.
Exactly.
Right? I'll host either one of you guys any day of the week, and you don't have to do anything to get that, because there's a respect, because we have that community. So I feel like the more you're focused on the content of your gaming, and I'm not talking about how good you are at the game, just the more you're focused on what your personal goals are, the more the hosting, the followers, the people on Twitter interacting with you is going to come naturally. Because if you're that type of person that's going to do all that stuff the right way, I feel like that's just going to come no matter what. And you don't have to worry about it. If you're worrying about it, I feel like there should be some change of direction in your thinking. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that, but I feel like if you focus on the right things and do it the right way, the rest will just fall naturally. And I think that's an important thing.
Yeah.
And that's why all three of us said it doesn't matter whether we have 3 or 1,000 people. It's the same content no matter what. We don't change because there's 2 people watching us, or we don't change when there's 20 people watching us. I don't change ever. I just do what I want to do, and I stick to my goals, and I'm sure you two do the same. And that's something I cannot stress enough as being the most important part about getting started. Just make sure you are true to what you set out to do.
Yeah.
And the rest will fall right into place.
Exactly. And if I was doing this for the money, I would tell Robbie to give me all the money in the world. So
Like he does on Facebook. I need a new graphics card. Give me $10,000.
exactly. I'm waiting for Robbie to just hand over that money to me. Man, it's not that hard, Robbie. Come on.
Along the same lines of that question, also what I'd like to bring in the future, maybe if we can all get together, like since you're going to E3, Jordan, it'd be great if you can get some videos, either on selfie while you're getting interviews or signatures, just that experience of you going down there. I'd like for us to, in the future, to go down to E3s and stuff like that, PAX.
Right, like as a group, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. That way we can build and then do reviews on games down the road if we wanted to. I want to build. That's something I want to do as a goal within the next couple of years with you guys.
Yeah. I am trying to figure out a way for at least me and Ben to get into PAX Prime. If there is the opportunity to get whiskey in as well, I would like that, but I'm not too sure about that, only because I wouldn't want you spending money to fly out here for PAX Prime.
Right, understood.
So we'll
If
see
you did,
how that
you have a
goes.
place to stay.
I would love it. I would love it if that was like a thing that we did. Like we actually went out to like PAX East recently in Boston. Like we just go, even if we didn't have like a panel, just the outreach that you can do there, because people are going to ask you what you do. Like that's like the one place that you can talk about it. Because there's one thing from backdoor, like going into somebody's stream and being like, "Hey, I do this," right? The backdoor promotion. But it's another thing if you're face to face with those people. And
Yeah.
You're like, well, what do you do? And then you can be like, "Oh, I do a podcast. Here, check us out." You know, that it's a lot different of a promotion. That's a great place to like put yourself out there. Like I can't wait for DestinyCon
Oh yeah.
in Tampa, Florida, because those are people that I talk to on a daily basis, but I don't know who they are, and we're going to be in one place at the same time. That's a great way to like, you know, be like, hey, we play the same game. Like, what's your channel? I don't really know who you are, but like, what's your channel? Like, I haven't found you on Twitch yet, or I haven't looked deep enough in the directory, or whatever the case may be. And that's really why they have those events, is to get people in the same place at the same time, like networking, and then of course to show off some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
We're all junkies for video games. So.
Yeah, Mr. Wolf pretty much nailed it. It's all about networking.
Yeah.
Now, if I could just talk and stay in the same place instead of just like moving around the screen, that'd be great.
One day we'll get the hang
One
of
day.
it.
If you guys have any questions there in the chat, feel free to ask. And let's see, what's the next question? Outside of gaming, what are some of your favorite hobbies, activities, drawing, hiking, cooking, for example? Jordan.
Okay, I love cooking. I don't know if you can tell, but I love cooking. I'm good at it.
I can't tell.
I super enjoy cooking and like flavor profiling and stuff like that. Other than that, I do enjoy my job, which I guess that's another thing we should go over, is who we are and what we do outside of Twitch, so we can kind of tie that together. I'm a bartender in New Orleans.
Oh,
Love cooking, and I like New Orleans has a lot to offer as far as like French Quarter and like different like places that you can go. Not so much nightlife, but just like day life, and I like doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Wolf, what do you do? And outside of gaming, what are some of your favorite things to do?
So outside of gaming, I am
Sorry. I had a scratch. I couldn't get it.
Oh man.
Okay.
What are we gonna do with you?
Gotta add some humor and comedy to this.
Alright, so outside of gaming, I am a donut salesman.
I love how you put such a respect to that title.
Okay, can we restart that last 10 seconds? Can you do it with a face of how much you love your job? I'm a donut salesman.
No, actually, I actually do enjoy my job. It's actually pretty fun. So obviously, I'm just a freaking cashier at a donut shop, but at the same time, I'm actually meeting a lot of people, and that's what I enjoy doing. That's why I've worked so many retail jobs. That's why I've worked like at a jewelry shop. That's why I've worked at a church, is because I like meeting people. And so being right there in front, meeting people, greeting them, trying to promote them to have a good day is what I'm all about. So it's actually a really good job for me. Aside from work, cooking is one of my main hobbies. I wish I could draw better than I do because I enjoy drawing, but I suck at it. watching Mr. Donut TV. Yes. I'm gonna have to have another Twitch account.
Coming in summer 2016.
Cooking. I wish I could draw. I actually started taking up calligraphy, so that's another hobby I started doing. Watching Twitch. That's about it. I'm pretty boring. I just watch a bunch of anime. I watch a bunch of cooking shows. I watch a bunch of cooking. I watch a bunch of cooking anime and cooking shows on Netflix. Just food all the time.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
For the record, just because it's an ongoing joke between you, Jeremy, and I, but Tapatio on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't Netflix and chill. I Netflix and Tapatio. All right. What about you, Ben?
I work at a place called Sunbelt Rentals, which is a commercial industrial equipment yard where we rent tools, mostly aerial equipment, which it's a good company to work for. Been there 6 months. Before that, I was at Home Depot for 10 years, but we'll not go to that side of the story. Outside of work, some of the stuff I like to do, hang out with my girlfriend, my dog, activities. I want to start picking up hiking more. It's always been a hobby of mine, just kind of laxed on it the past couple of years. Girlfriend's like, yeah, we're lazy. Thanks.
That's the life of a gamer.
I've read comic books, but I never collected. And recently I actually bought my first comic books. Where are they at? Where is it at? That's number 3. Where's number 1? There it is. I started collecting Thor, the Almighty, for
Nice.
Jane Foster's Thor. I draw, but not so much anymore, just because of a skateboarding accident. Put a hairline fracture in my hand to where if I hold a pen longer than a couple minutes, it's dire pain that I don't like to feel.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yay, skateboarding.
I was a monkey, right?
Mostly a lot of anime, Dragon Ball Z. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, as you can't tell in the background. That's me in a nutshell.
Nice.
Oh, okay. What else we got?
Yes. What else?
So, since we are about community and we're about like doing stuff as a group, I think we should throw out a shameless plug and get maybe our Twitch and our Twitter handles out there to the people that are watching in case they wanted to hit us up and maybe work with us in the future.
Which John has on our Twitch.
Oh, well, I haven't looked at it yet, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you look below, there, I forgot to update it before this, but there's a link to both Monkey and Whiskey's channel. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's roughly the same. I'm at Mr. Wolf _TV. Ben is at Monkeys _gaming. And then Whiskey is actually a bit different. It is
at
something.
I Whiskey with no vowels, so WHSKY.
There you go. And then collectively we are what is our
Dark Moon Productions.
dark my brain's going, guys. So
Dark Productions.
so
Yep.
collectively our Twitter is at Project Dark Moon.
Yep.
So
And then if you ever have questions or want to know when future episodes are, we'll be using the hashtag before the sub as a way to collectively talk about this channel and this podcast, and then we'll be pulling questions from there. So make sure to at least type something in, check us out on Twitter, and that way you can be part of the show as well, as far as getting your questions answered. And when we have, it's not just going to be the 3 of us every single week. It's actually going to be guest people that are coming on and other streamers, and maybe not even just streamers. We might extend to other various medias as well. but streaming is going to be the focus. And maybe we'll pick up somebody, or maybe you have a suggestion for us used before the sub. That way you can let both the streamer know and us know that you've got somebody that's interested. If it's yourself, let us know. I mean, we're always looking for talent that could be right in one of the boxes to below, above, left, right, up, down, sideways from us. And you could be the next person that could be interviewed. So, I mean, he's over there voguing. I mean, who doesn't want to take an interview from somebody who's going to be voguing all the time? But
Exactly. While he's still in the chat, Nemki, if he's interested, since he's watching it, if he wants to be our first interviewee, say so now. You can be in 2 weeks, be our first interviewee.
Yeah, so Nimki, definitely if you want to join, let us know. I'm in talks with Dids Live as well.
Yes.
And we have a good list of people that we'll be trying to pull onto the show. So if you have suggestions, please let us know. Tweet at us, message us on Twitch, whatever's easiest for you, and we'll be sure to check them out, and we'll give them a shout out and see if they're up for it.
absolutely. And the more suggestions we get, and the more this becomes more of like a bi-weekly thing, the more guests we'll have, and hopefully you enjoy tuning in. What we basically did tonight is we asked the questions that we would be asking of our guests, and they'll be completely random. There'll be some structured ones and then random questions throughout the entire show, but it's a good way to get to know these streamers on a more personal level instead of just through their channel, because you can only do so much when you're playing a video game and talking to chat. This is a great way to know them basically before and after they get onto their stream, and after they get off their stream. So hopefully you guys have some suggestions and want to get to know some more people in a little bit of a different way.
Exactly. You're going to connect with someone differently than you would normally someone else. So our goal is to show off some of those streamers, and maybe you connect with them more than you would someone else.
And you might meet somebody else that you love watching as well. And that's probably the greatest thing about this. You might bring on a streamer you've never heard of before, and next thing you know, you're watching their channel and you're interacting with them, and you're becoming and enlarging the entire community as a whole. Again, not necessary, but that's kind of the goal as well. So there's many different things that we're trying to achieve, and I figured I would lay it out, since we've done the whole questions with us, but as far as the future is concerned, that is what our goal is. So
there you go. And just real quick, I want to give a shout out to Chris6304, who is showing Whiskey some love in chat.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Love in chat. He says you're sexy, Mr.
Oh.
Jordan.
I get to 2 thumbs up and an approval.
Nice. All right. Monkeys.
Definitely stays down, so he's down to be the interview in one of these days. Hit fire question. First crush video game character.
Ooh.
Jordan, go.
Oh no, Mr. Wolf, you go first.
Oh,
You
shit.
got this.
Oh man, I don't know. Video game crush. First video game
Mine,
crush.
these two numbskulls are Claire Redfield. I almost said Chris Redfield because I knew him first before Claire Redfield. Claire Redfield, who first appeared in Resident Evil 2.
You can crush on Chris Redfield if you want.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Chris Redfield was probably my first video game crush.
The Redfields, they know how to get
Yeah, they definitely know.
You fight the apocalypse and zombies in a freaking Daisy Duke shorts and a flame jacket.
I hope Chris Redfield wasn't wearing that.
No, you're wearing all military gear.
Dang it. I'm gonna say Eris or Aerith, however you want to pronounce her name, from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
That's interesting.
So beautiful.
those pixel curves.
Oh yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Eric. Tifa was second.
I never liked Tifa. I don't know why. I liked her in the movies.
Advent Children, I liked her.
Yeah, in Advent Children, I liked her, but still wasn't my favorite.
Alright. I'm getting static feedback here.
I think that's all whiskey.
That's
Probably
it?
the background.
Oh, that might be the train. I have no control over that. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Favorite on-screen video moment from any video game you've played. So favorite video game moments.
Oh, jeez.
Favorite part of a video game, and it can't be Eris's death because that's just morbid and messed up.
Okay. My favorite moment, and I feel like I've said this game like 20 times tonight, but it was a big part of my childhood. Star Fox, when you're flying through the temple and you have to defeat the very final boss with the whole hand thing where he just does this for like hours trying to take you down.
And Star Fox 64.
Yep, and then at the very end, once you defeat him, coming out of the tower, and the game is over, but you have the last little like obstacles you have to get past. And, like, you
Yes.
gotta like fly. You're flying the ship, and like all the characters are like congratulating you over the like the comms, and I don't know that's my favorite.
Do a barrel
Right.
roll.
And of course, and anytime I play Morrowind, because of the story I told earlier, I don't really have like a particular moment, but like the nostalgia of like an Elder Scrolls game, even though I do not play Elder Scrolls Online, those always bring back memories of playing with my mom and like having that connection. So those would be the deepest and most influential moments for me as far as video game moments go. Which I was really surprised I didn't say anything by Telltale, because I'm pretty sure that yesterday my answer would have been something from the Walking Dead series, but it's not.
We're not going to go there. To your Star Fox 64 moment that last, before you even go in the cave, the temple system to go fight whatever his name was, you had to fight the three other, the other squadron that was like the Star Fox squadron, but the Dark Fox squadron, whatever. Remember those?
Oh yeah,
First time I broke a controller because of those freaking bastards.
yeah.
I was zigzagging through the pillars and everything, and I just kept getting killed. And finally I got it after like 2 hours, but I'm pretty good. I'm not trying to be cocky at video games, but that was just the one moment I just could not coordinate controls, and I threw the controller out the window.
Just straight out the window.
Uh-huh.
Just
All right, what's
peace.
your favorite moment there, John?
I am drawing the biggest blank in the world right now. That's freaking worse. The only thing I can think of is Last of Us, the first major cutscene where
Oh,
yeah,
that was a sad moment in life.
yeah, that made me hate life.
But it was good just because that the developers were able to put that emotional connection to the gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
That
good
is
one.
true.
The first time that happened with me, that was with Eris dying in Final Fantasy VII. That was the first time I had heart warp.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's a touching moment for him.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a question from King Berserk. Which old school classic game do you want to be remade? Monkey Island,
Ooh.
Hexen, Leisure Suit Larry, for example.
Ooh. Welcome to the chat, iWhiskey.
Oh, hi.
I'm gonna go with either Oregon Trail, which I want to say they redid, but I could be wrong, or there was a DOS. There was a DOS game called
Oh god, we went to DOS.
I think it's King Arthur, and I used to play the crap out of that game. Leisure Suit Larry was also one of the most legit games I played.
Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah, I remember that.
So I do have a serious question though. What if an old classic game of mine has already been remastered recently?
Doom.
No, Grim Fandango was recently remastered for the PlayStation 4, and that
Okay.
was one that I've been wishing for a while now.
Nice.
What game?
Grim Fandango.
I'm drawing a blank. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a skeleton. He travels to the underworld, and they have to get so many kills.
Dante Inferno.
No, not Dante's Inferno. No, Grim Fandango. They have to reap so many souls, and he like finds himself in this whole kind of like alternate universe where he can't do anything.
My girlfriend showed me a picture. I'm starting to see it, but
Yeah, I know.
okay.
I know what game you're talking about, but I just never played it.
That was remastered for the PlayStation 4, and that would have to be my answer because everything else has already been redone. Or bring back Donkey Kong, but Grim Fandango is my answer.
I want them to remake Pong.
I feel like that's been done already, though.
No,
This thing.
oh, Grim Fandango. Okay, yeah, now I see it. That kind of makes me think of a Slender Man almost. That's- That one, right?
Yep, that one.
Yeah.
And
what game do I
Just
wanna
just because I know Monkeys is gonna go crazy when I say this, you know what else I want to see remastered?
You got a whole bunch of fun. What?
COD 4.
Oh, jeez.
all right, guys, that is the end of our show.
Like you though, a lot of my games were already remastered recently, and that's the Resident Evil series. That's my that
Yep.
and Metal Gear, top two favorite video games franchises. And they did remake Metal Gear 1, which was Twin Snakes on the GameCube. But if I wanted to go back even further, I would say Master Blaster.
Okay.
That was a game where a kid was following this frog, and this frog fell in this hole, and for some reason hit this weird slimy ooze, and he turned into a car that had a gun on it. And it was a cool game. Look it up, Master Blaster. I played that. I blew my cartridge. It like overheated so much on my Nintendo because I overplayed that game so much.
Wow. That's great.
That's an old school game.
Alrighty. Well, we are a little over time now. Do we have one final question, Monkey?
Sure, we'll kick it off with something philosophical. Where to go? What quote, or what's a quote that you live by? Like favorite saying? It is what it is. Boats and hoes.
To bean or not to bean in my burrito? That is the question.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
You always bean in a burrito. You can't not bean in a burrito because then it's not a burrito. What?
That is very true.
Like, what are you gonna put in your burrito if it doesn't have beans?
Mistakes were made, Mr. Wolf. Mistakes were made.
The one that quote that I've followed for years, and I finally found it and wrote it, was Johnny Depp. Are you just blowing your nose?
No.
He said something a long time ago that stuck around forever, but quote wise, you can close your eyes to the things you don't want to see, but you can't close your heart to the things you want to feel. Deep.
I like that one.
There you go.
And it is what it is.
I don't really have like a particular quote that I live by. I have a mantra that I live by, but like
What's
I don't have like a particular quote. So every single day, and I'm one of those weird people that like looks in the mirror and tells myself this. So like it's really awkward for me to admit this, but like I always just try to do the best that I can. If I have a doubt in my mind that what I'm doing is wrong, then I stop doing it. If I have any doubt that it's not going to end well, I'll stop doing it. And I basically just reassess myself like every single morning. I'm like, is what I'm doing okay? Am I completely 100% okay with what I did yesterday? And sometimes it falls through, sometimes, I don't think of everything, but I feel like that's the best way to do it. Is just every day is a new day. The mistakes that you make the day before don't have to carry over into the next day, and you can shed those off and try to fix them and be better. But it's not really a saying. Like there's not a quote attached to it, but it's a mantra more.
Yeah, something along those lines is something I wrote a long time ago. I posted on Facebook, who you are or who you were doesn't have to be who you are today or tomorrow. Yep, I wrote that, and that sparked a lots of comments, but I wholeheartedly agree. I come from a huge negative past, Jordan, family abuse, alcoholism, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And made me to a completely better person today. I hate thriving on negativity because it's not going to get you anywhere in life. It's my ninja way.
I feel like there's not anything. You can make the worst mistake that you can make, law abiding, of course. I mean, there's some things that are going to stick with you, but let's just say you just really messed up with your best friend, right? If you reset the following day and you make it right because that's what you want to do, nothing is unfixable. I mean, you have to go through the process. It's not going to be an instant thing, just like snapping your fingers.
Exactly.
But if you want it bad enough and you know that that's what you want, then go after it. You put the work in and get the product back that you want. So, and each day you can just kind of press that F5 button and you're good to go.
I just say Alt F4 and just. What about you, John?
Have you Alt F4'd lately, John?
I always Alt F4. I don't even do that. I just pull the plug.
We need a command to Alt F4 in chat.
Right.
There you go, Jeremy. Leave it.
I hate you, Jeremy.
I love Jeremy.
I know.
And his Topo cream.
All right, so I may get some flack for this. I may not. It's not so much a mantra or like a saying or anything. It's actually a Bible verse. It's Ephesians 6:11, and it's put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. It's kind of how I approach life. Because
there's a lot of different interpretations of that as well. That's an interesting quote, I find.
Yeah, because it's, I try and refrain from sinning as much as possible, but alongside that, I kind of picture it in a, emotional armor to try and not get my feelings hurt when people say negative things towards me, because I've had a lot of situations where I've been discriminated against for being Mexican, and it's not the greatest feeling in the world, but more often than not I push past it. I try and put on the armor to protect myself psychologically when people say certain things. There's just a lot of negativity in the world, so I try and protect myself, and along with the armor to protect myself from all the negativity of the world, I've also been someone who's put forth the most effort to try and protecting the people that I love. Like Ben, I came from an abusive uprising, not against myself but against my loved ones. They've been abused, and so I've had to protect them in multiple ways. So I've grown up to kind of be a protector, which is why I want my community to feel like they can come to me with certain things, because I want to protect people. I want to make people feel safe. I want to make people feel comfortable. When you came to us, Whiskey, about a concern that you had, me and Ben both just dismissed it because it wasn't a concern of ours. Like, we didn't care.
No issue.
Yeah, it didn't matter to us at all because we care about you for who you are, not
Which is
about...
always a nice feeling, because it's a difficult thing to have something that you shouldn't be afraid of and feeling like you need to hide it. When I first met these two, I was holding back on telling them about something about myself, and they made it really like welcoming and easy to talk to them. But I hate that feeling of like, I know that there's nothing wrong with it. I know that I'm perfectly normal in every way. You know, there's nothing different because humans are just humans. We're just people, and you can't classify people. But knowing that the change of relationship that might have happened if I had mentioned the 3 words that I mentioned to them, that's a scary thing to hold. And I'm not saying that anyone else has gone through less or more, but that's a very difficult thing to approach somebody with, because it's like, I like hanging out with these people, and the next 3 words that I'm about to say can completely change the dynamic of that relationship. And that's a really tough thing to hold. And, you know, I'm the same way. You know, knowing that type of fear and having gone past it to the point where I'm able to do that, I feel like anyone could come to me, and it doesn't matter what the problem is. I'll understand, at least on a very like basic level, if not me wanting to learn more about your situation, to be able to help. And I think that's another good thing about community, to tie back to what we were talking about the entire night.
Exactly. Build strength.
That is what the community strength is going to be. Everything. You know, having people that just will accept you 100%. Doesn't even matter if you could be the most cookie cutter person in the world. I still feel like you need support. You don't have to have something wrong or something different about you to need support by other people. Like, that's the cool thing, is that it doesn't matter who you are. And I say that with 100% honesty. It doesn't matter who you are. I will unconditionally love you for who you are. That's just plain simple how it is.
I love you too,
That's
man.
it. Oh my! But seriously, that's I like that story though, Mr. Wolf, and I like that quote because I took it a different way. You know, you said it was the emotional. The suit of armor could also be just putting on the best person that you can be for that day, and you know, and then the rest of the quote would fall into place. Like, I love how there's so many different ways that you can interpret that. And I respect yours as well. I mean, that's a perfect way to interpret it because it has some meaning to you.
Yeah.
It means something to you. So
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just passionate about that topic. So
What the whole show's about is to get to know us and who we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
absolutely. And if I stole the spotlight from anybody, I apologize. You
Oh,
can continue.
You are good. Okay. Any final thoughts, questions?
Any questions from the chat? Tell us now.
Don't forget, 2 weeks from today at the same time will be our next show. If you would like to come back and if you would like to be part of it.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna give chat just a minute to see if there's any final questions.
I'm going to wave awkwardly into the camera because that's what I do.
All 3 of you guys are awesome. From Mosley, Texas, 1975. Mosley.
Yeah,
I miss
thanks, Mosley. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming out
Mose.
tonight.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, King. Thank you,
Thank you, Jeremy.
Oompa.
And thank you
Nemke.
to the people that we missed.
Thank you, I know.
I heard
Thank
my
you.
follow go off like 6 times tonight.
Yeah, that's why I have mine like turned off.
I could have, but yeah, so that's going to be including the audio when I post this on YouTube tomorrow.
Jeez.
Definitely
We
want more in
want
the
more in the future.
future.
Yeah.
What's up?
King Berserk, we definitely will have more episodes. Please look forward to that.
Yep, we'll have interviews. Maybe you'll be on here.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Alrighty. So
Doesn't look like we're getting questions.
yeah, so finished with the questions. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. I want to thank everyone who is possibly watching a VOD at a later time. If you have any questions for us, please send us a message on Twitch or on
Hashtag
Twitter.
sub.
Yeah, if you use Twitter, be sure to use hashtag before the sub. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out. I don't know exactly how we're gonna work out the YouTube thing, if we're gonna do it all personal channels or a group channel yet. We'll have that figured out and we'll let you guys know. But yeah, so that was our first episode. Thank you for hanging out with us again. I am Mr. Wolf TV.
I am I_whiskey.
Monkeys_gaming. There's underscore map.
There you go. So thank you all again for hanging out with us, and I guess we'll see you guys, in 2 weeks, yes?
2 weeks, hopefully with Nemke_.
2 weeks. So yes, in 2 weeks we will either have Nemke_ as our first guest, or possibly Dids Live, or maybe any other streamer you guys feel you might want to get to know. So please send us your suggestions, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.